Let's get to the US now with some breaking news. Police in the US say they have recovered 2 bodies after this week's bridge collapse in Baltimore. Our Sky News Washington correspondent Annalise Nielsen joins us live. Annalise, what more do we know?
Well, look, that information has come out of this briefing, which is underway now on the latest with this recovery effort for the bodies. Now, there were 8 people in this construction crew on the bridge at the time it collapsed, around 1:30 local time yesterday. 2 people were immediately recovered alive, and so the operation after that was to try to rescue the 6. But yesterday they were announced as presumed dead because of the conditions, because of the time that they would be assumed underwater. There really was no way for them to survive. But for those families, we've seen these local authorities, the state police working with the Coast Guard, trying to recover the bodies. They've said that they've now recovered 2. We don't know who they are among those 6. The identity of 2 of those who were unaccounted for has been released, but we don't know whether they're matching the bodies that have now been recovered from the water. The police have said that they do want to make sure they recover every body, but this has been an enormous task. This bridge is huge, and that metal all in the water is twisted, it's heavy, and it's quite dangerous for those drivers who've been braving freezing temperatures, divers I should say, who've been braving freezing temperatures to go under the water to try and recover these people. It's also added to the difficulty of the fact that authorities haven't been able to say definitively whether there's a car stuck under there or not. They've been able to look back at the footage and say that they don't think so, but that's still been a part of this entire investigation, and that investigation has kicked off today. They were holding off yesterday as that search and rescue effort continued, but today the National Transportation Safety Board has had a team of 24 investigators out on the boat on this ship looking at what happened. They secured what's known colloquially as the black box, which is where they record all that data from the deck, where the captain directs the ship, where they had these staff who work in the local port helping direct this ship out and trying to figure out how it lost power, how it came into the bridge at that particular angle to hit where it did in such a catastrophic way, and that's going to potentially take years to ascertain in exact details, but we are expecting those initial updates even earlier this evening. But this is the head of the NTSB who spoke earlier today about how this investigation is starting.
Well, right now, our work on scene, and we have a team of 24 investigators, various specialties. They are focused on collecting the perishable evidence. That is all the documentation, including pictures and components that we may need on the vessel or amongst the structure to begin to conduct our investigation.
Now, Laura, the other aspect to this is a working port, and right now there's ships stuck on the other side and none of the normal commerce is happening. This is going to have a huge detrimental effect on the local economy. There's 8,000 jobs linked to just the operation of the port alone, but it's the largest port in the US for automobiles and farm machinery, and so the government has said that they will do everything they can to get this online as quickly as possible.
This port is responsible for over 51 million tons of foreign cargo. That's the largest in the country. That for everybody who was buying cars, for everybody who was buying farm equipment, we're the largest port in the country that does that. It is imperative that we get this bridge rebuilt. It's imperative that we get the Port of Baltimore back up and going. And it's not just about how are we supporting Maryland. This is about how we're supporting the American economy.
Laura, conditions have been challenging here. This huge fog has just rolled in behind us. It's been raining all day and very cold. And so these rescue crews have been dealing with tough conditions, but they say they'll continue until at least they get every body out of the water.
Yeah, it looks quite chilly. Annalise, thank you.